Welcome to Fasting to Fit. I'm Denisha Island and welcome to the video. If this is your first time, please don't forget to subscribe. I love comments. If you have questions, please be sure to drop those and put the thumbs up for me to let me know that you like this video. So today I'm going to be telling you guys about my week 3 weigh-in at the end of the video. Before then, I need to tell you guys one thing. I did not fast this week. Okay, I'm being silly, but this week was one of those where I did not end up fasting the entire week, and I'm completely okay with that. We have to listen to our bodies, use wisdom, and move forward. So there are quite a few reasons that I decided not to fast. I've ended up dry fasting one day, and then I broke, and then I dry fasted for 2 days, and I broke, and I've been eating for the last 3 days. And starting today, I have been water fasting, and will water fast until tomorrow. I'll let you know more about my future routine also at the end of this video. So why is it that I decided not to fast this week? There were actually quite a few reasons. And even myself, I see some of them as excuses. Excuses. And I gave myself the excuses, even though they have real medical reasons, physical, emotional reasons. I still know that I could have probably passed through most of them, but not through all of them. So first of all are the physical things. I was having a lot of signs and symptoms that were abnormal for me. I have the same symptoms every time that I fast, and it's been years that I've been fasting, mostly not for weight loss. It's been for spiritual reasons, and I would go back to my junky diet after that. So this time that I'm actually doing it for weight loss, I'm making sure that I'm on the correct diet that I will maintain and sustain after this. But I always have the same things. Shortness of breath on day 2. Nausea around day 3 or 4. I'll be tired on day 1. And these are the things that happen all the time. I'll have dry mouth by day 2. But I had some that were abnormal for me, and I saw them as red flags. We know that last week in my weigh-in, I lost only 1.8 pounds. I had actually lost about 10 pounds. I had started drinking and refeeding, and I had gained like 8 back. And that was on a carnivore diet. So I went through the first day fasting back for this week, and I could not get this weird taste out of my mouth. And to me, it, like I've said before, I've done 12-day water fast. My longest dry fast has been 6 days so far, and I've been okay. But I didn't understand why I'm retaining this water at such a large degree. So as I moved forward, I was seeing that my mouth was still dry. I took some days eating and drinking and making sure my electrolytes were replenished, still have dry mouth. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I am at this point making sure that my electrolytes are where they need to be. I don't feel tired. I don't feel exhausted, but I've also been eating for the last 3 days. So it's just a part of the process, I believe. It was definitely a red flag because when I refeed, I don't gain the water back like that. Thankfully, I don't have any swelling or anything like that. Another symptom that I had that was extremely abnormal for me is that I stopped sweating. I go and I try and do like 10 hours a week of exercise and go walking mostly. And since I've been doing carnivore and since my ketone levels have been higher, that sweat just smells, I'll just tell you guys, it smells like the sewer. And I have not been having that for the last 2 weeks. It's just been very strange for me. But thankfully, this last week, since I've been eating, have been increasing my electrolytes, making sure I'm getting my sodium and potassium and magnesium. As I went for my walk yesterday, I started to pour out and sweat again. So that actually made me feel like my body, like I said before, my body is smarter than I am. Then my body is okay with releasing some of the liquids again. And okay, body, let's work together and get this done. Where I may not have been able to bypass some of those physical things, and it wouldn't have been wise for me to do so because you guys might not have seen me here today. I might be passed out somewhere or having to be in the hospital trying to get fluids or something crazy. The emotional ones I probably could have bypassed. This week has been extremely emotional week. And whenever you're fasting, if you're anything like me, I have a prayer life. I pray. If you pray and you're taking this time in fasting, yes, there's a greater connectivity. And this, I am fasting for weight loss. It's not necessarily for spiritual reasons, but it comes with the package, right? So the Lord has been answering a lot of the prayers that I have been asking of him, and it's just been crazy because one of my prayers was like, God, reveal things to me, let me see the things that you see, and tell me why my eyes have been open to a lot of things that just kind of put daggers to my heart in terms of emotional things, and I gave into that. I didn't necessarily give into them on the days that the betrayal or the hardships happen, but you know, you let things fester for a few days, or even, you know, you think about them and not let them go, which I've let them go now. Those things just stay as a burden and can cause you to emotionally eat. I'm one who most definitely would stress eat and emotionally eat in the past, and I actually gave into that, and that's something that I should have been able to bypass and I didn't. So I'm gonna need you guys to help me to stay accountable in this future days. The last video I told you guys I was not gonna give into the self-sabotage, and somehow I still did. And I think that it was something like compiled, not just the barely weight loss, even though I had fasted the whole week, but on top of it, all of the extra emotional things and stress. And I broke, I buckled, I gave in. Excuses, excuses, excuses. So can't do that again. It's not something that I feel like looks good on me. And also just thinking about, am I ready for the change? And I had to really evaluate that for myself, and each and every one of you will have to evaluate that for yourself as well. We say that we desire change, we desire this magnificent thing in our lives, we even want God to bless us and change so many things, but are we ready for it? So I really had to evaluate that and say, okay, if I am ready, and I believe that I am, I need to make sure that what I'm doing is in alignment with where I want to go, not in alignment with where I've been in the past, because I never want to go back to being over 400 pounds. That is not a desire of mine at all. I need to get down to my normal body weight. I have a weigh-in and a scan that I'm doing on October 21st, so only like a week from now, and I most definitely want to be able to be where I should be at the halfway mark. I should be 50 pounds lighter, and I'm not. So all of this is just like, okay, let me evaluate, let me think about it, but not think about it so much that I talk myself into regressing and being back who I used to be, because that lady is way gone. She is gone. So just desiring the change and moving towards the change is what's got to happen. So, new routine. And this is just going to be for this next week. And then I'm going to go back to my 5-2 schedule. But I feel like I need to kind of make it even in a sense of how many days that I ate that I shouldn't have been eating and how many days I've been fasting. So what I'm going to do this week, I'm water fasting now and making sure I have my electrolytes in, still trying to make sure that I'm in balance. And I will be dry fasting. I'm going for 7 days, and then I'll water fast for the rest of the week. So I will be skipping my refeed this coming weekend. I'll still give you guys a weigh in. My goal is to upload a video every day, maybe every 2 days. I'll try my best to do every day and just let you know my progress. And hey, I'm dry fasting for 24 hours. This is my weight. I'm dry fasting for 72 hours. This is my weight, so that I can be accountable to all of you who have been great with me and have been cheering me on. And I just know, subscribers and those who write comments, I appreciate you. I really appreciate everything that you've been doing and everything that you've been saying. So we're going 7 days dry. I hope that you guys will come with me on the journey. Please subscribe. And if you've had any of these types of things that have made you kind of move backwards instead of move forward, it's time for us to do the whole turnaround together. Let's move forward. Let's make sure that what we're saying we're doing is what we do. So I'll keep you accountable. You keep me accountable. So here's my weigh-in. Let's see the weigh-in for this morning. So it looks like here that I may have gained about 4 pounds. So that puts me at about a 21-pound deficit during this time. So, oh my goodness, how am I going to lose 30 pounds like in the next 10 days? I don't know, but it's going to happen. And I am going to lose this 100 pounds in the next 60 days, or not even 60 days anymore, in the next like 40 days. Y'all pray for me. Y'all send me good vibes, and I'm trusting that things will be the way they should be. So have a great day. Love y'all.